Hello and welcome back to the Failure Gassed podcast. I'm just kidding. Welcome back to Gust to Win. Stupid here with, as always, the one, the only, the losing record at regionals, GazerBeam 2K.
Come on, man. I didn't expect to go in here to win the whole thing, man. I wasn't trying to win the whole thing. I was just trying to have some fun. I was chilling.
But did you have fun?
I did have fun. I did.
It didn't look like it from social media. You were getting dogged on.
So day 2, I didn't have fun. Day 1, tons of fun.
Okay.
Day 2, I played Josh Hatter, and it was terrible.
Well, you know, we're here to wrap up, I guess, the last regional of the season just a little bit. Spoiler alert, I've looked at data. I can see data. I watched maybe a combined 5 minutes of both the day 1 and the day 2 stream because I don't care about this format.
Jeez.
So for the sake of transparency, I'm all locked in on the Destined Rivals metagame and what's going to happen at NAIC. Even though I'm not competing at NAIC, I'm going to play in some side events and have some fun.
We know you're a content creator. You're fancy. You're spectacular. They love you.
Okay.
We get it.
You're just jealous.
I mean, I am. You're not wrong. But
I mean, I just have a badge. That's it. I don't get anything. I'm not getting paid. I'm going out of my own pocket for the most part. Because
out of my pocket. I bought the room.
I'm gonna pay you for it when we get there.
Okay, cool. I was worried.
Oh, well then, if you didn't plan on me paying you, then all right. Looks like I'm sleeping on the streets. All that broken glass and pee everywhere in New Orleans.
No, that's not just pee in New Orleans, buddy. Don't go to Bourbon Street. That is not
all
just
the
pee.
different kinds of water. I've seen the videos about like the sludge and the waters and so on and so forth.
Buddy, those streets have every fluid and liquid you could think of, man.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, so talk about your experience at Portland, please.
Third time in Portland, man. Well, fourth time. I was there for a basketball tournament coaching one time.
Doesn't count. Then, sorry, if it's not Pokemon related, it doesn't count.
Third time. But no, city is still nice, man. The weather's still nice. Their downtown area is still like a downtown area. You know, you're gonna see homeless people. You're gonna see people doing drugs. You're gonna see people, whacked out of their mind. But that's besides the point. That's
free entertainment.
Basically, I mean, but no, regional was fine, ran pretty smooth. Only 8 rounds though, didn't get up to 9. Only 8. I took walls because I don't know if you know this. I've been playing walls for a while.
Yep, you're a brick.
And I've done well locally, and I took it to a cup. We had a cup Monday night because everyone's trying to squeeze their cups in because the end of the season is this Saturday.
Yep.
So we had a cup last Monday night, and I got top 8 with walls. And I looked at every other matchup, the other 6 matchups, perfect for me. The one matchup I hit is freaking baby Rory Moon. I don't beat Rory Moon.
You don't beat anything.
I beat some stuff. But yeah, I lost. I hit the baby Rory Moon. I hit the Rory Moon without the EX, and they beat me, of course. And I was like, you know what? I did well with it at this cup. I'm going to try it at one more cup, and if I do well, I'm going to take it to Portland. Went to another cup Thursday night, won the whole thing. Was out there until like 1 in the morning, won it all. Took home a nice amount of packs. It was a good time. So with that confidence in me, I said I'm going to take walls to Portland, and if I can dodge every Gardevoir there, I could be okay. First round, I hit a Gardevoir.
Yep.
Hit a Guardy. Game was close. Came down to the wire. But they got game 1. Game 2, I said, I'll go first. I'm going to start up, and I can evolve before they can evolve, and blah, 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 this and that. I start Phoebus, attach pass. They start Screamtail. Screamtail has an attack. He has 2 attacks. I don't know if you know this. The second attack says, for every damage count on Screamtail, do that times 2 to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Cool, whatever. The first attack. Do you know what the first attack on Screamtail is?
Slap.
For 1 psychic energy. Do you know how much damage it does?
30.
Do you know how much HP Phoebus has?
30.
So game 2 did not go very well. And from there, it was kind of just downhill from there. I would hit someone, wall into them.
How do you go downhill from already being downhill?
It just, even more down. I went underground.
Trenches,
I went underground. It was just,
But Gazer's record's so bad that he saw the other side and came out of the Great Wall of China.
I went all the way through the center of the earth, the core and everything. No, so every matchup I would hit for like the first 4 rounds, I would win game 1. Game 2, they kind of figure it out. And then game 3, they would win. So they would win the next 2 games. But that's because they figure it out, Game 1, though, they're confused. how do I hit? What do I? And it was cool to see that happen. But then they figure out game 2 and game 3, they just win. And I tied another game. I played against a Jotic box, and I should do okay against that. But they have the Garvantula, which is grass, hits my Frigga Draft for weakness. But game 1, I like walked the guy down. He put down 2 Jotics. I bossed one up. I hit it and sniped it with Frigga Giraffe. I'm getting them right. But I won too quick. I won in like 15 minutes. So we go to game 2 and he beats me. We go to game 3 and he beats me. And I could have forced a tie if I played, paced myself. I was just boom, 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 too fast. I did get a couple wins. My last round, I was 2-4-1 at the time. Last round I hit Dragapult and I'm shuffling up and I'm mulligan. And the guy's like, oh, you're playing walls. My best friend plays walls. I test against it all the time. I know exactly what to do. So I'm kind of worried, right? I'm like, what kind of tech does he have for walls? It's just Ursaluna. He's playing Dragapult with Ursaluna, which most Dragapults are playing nowadays. Mm-hmm. And he puts Ursaluna down a little too soon, so I'm able to boss it up, swing into it before he hits me, and I get him game 1 and I get him game 2. And then he's like, bro, I said, he's like, bro, can we just tie? And this game is meaningless. He's like, can we just tie? He said, I think it'd be funny for me to be like 1-2-5. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, let's tie. Let's make you 1-2-5. So there's someone running around Portland with 5 ties this weekend.
And it's not you.
It wasn't me.
That's a shocker.
In Sacramento, I had 4 ties.
Yeah.
Sacramento 2 times. The last 2 years in Sac, I had 4 ties. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
You should learn how to play faster.
It's hard.
And your opponent should pressure you to play faster. But when you're at the bottom tables, then, there's no pressure there.
Nothing matters.
You're in the data bracket. You win round 1, okay. You're in the winner's bracket. Oh, you lose round 1, you're welcome to the dad tables all day long.
No, you can claw your way out of there. I've seen people climb their way out before.
Yeah, and then they make day 2 with like 5-2-1 or like 5-1-3 or something stupid, and then they lose a single round. They lose a single round in day 2, and it's just like, over. I'm doing nothing.
Yep, you're right. Because
the system is super flawed right now. Honestly,
that part is kind of weird. You can get in. Yeah. I feel like if you get in, anyone should have a shot. I feel like there should be 5 rounds instead of 4.
Still getting like top 5-12 prizing has to be pathetically it has to feel like shit. It has to.
Yeah, I think an extra round would fix that, right? Instead of 4 rounds, make it 5.
Like everyone's so excited about getting a limitless page, but whoopee do, man. The community just wants to chase clout and have their name on websites, but does it even matter? If you're playing all that long and not getting anything else?
I can't lie to you. I'm the community. I want my name on a limitless page so bad right now. So call me the community.
I've played in 0 events this season, and I can't be happier. I honestly can't be happier.
I played in 2, and I think my cup wins. I really enjoy my cup wins. The 2 tournaments I played in didn't have a deck I loved. I found a deck I love, but I didn't take it to a regional. That was our Chaladon with Dialga. Didn't take it to a regional. So I'm like, the fact I'm not day 2ing, I'm like, it's fine because I don't have anything I'm just want to lock in with. I'm not, I'm not the type of player to play something I don't really enjoy, Yeah,
you have to find some sort of enjoyment out of whatever you're touching, because it's just if you're gonna commit the travel and everything to it, and you want to perform, you have to like what you're playing with. If not, you're just going to feel resentful the entire time.
Yeah. Shout out to one of my buddies from Bakersfield, about 2 hours away, Jordan. He found something he liked. He brought Slow King and day 2'd with it. He finished, I'm looking at it right now, he finished 264, which is it's a record, but he day 2'd with Slow King. He enjoyed it, he liked it, and I'm happy for him. So shout out to Jordan.
Yeah, shout out to the 8 people who prevented them from getting top 256 points.
That'd have been so cool.
Man,
Slow King at 256?
I just don't get it right now. I don't get why people are so excited to go in with such bad records and then still get nothing.
I think a 5th round will clean that up, wouldn't it? A 5th round will give them a shot at top 32.
Or if y'all played 9 rounds instead of 8.
It all depends on how many people show up to the regional, right?
Yeah, and I get it. Less rounds, lesser of a day, so on and so forth. Some people are probably happy about that in general. Mm-hmm. But it just doesn't create a balanced tournament. Because then, like, I think what ASIM cut, I saw only 2 players were guaranteed top 8. Then they had to do a top 16 ASIM.
Yeah.
And
or 14, right? Top 14?
Effectively, yeah. Top 16 players, top 14, or first and second were locked. But
yeah, 14.
Third through 14th had to play their way into cut. And to play that and still, like, I guess I just value time more than I do anything else. I don't know. I'm getting old, I think. I'm getting old and cynical.
I don't know. I feel like a 5th round, or like you said, maybe a full 9 rounds, no matter what. If you maybe lower the kicker so you have 9 rounds no matter what, and then, or a 5th round will help eliminate some of the.
I think the only thing that would make it better, and I hate to say it, but I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Did something right for once recently.
Huh?
Yes.
Bandai doing something right.
No, not Bandai. Konami.
Oh, sorry. I mean,
even worse. Yeah. They just announced from now on at like YCSs, like the equivalent of a Pokemon regional.
Yeah, I know YCS.
That they'll have day 2 pricing. Like it's like promo packs with stamped cards. So even if you make day 2 and you don't like get super far, you made day 2, you're getting some day 2 promos. So I think it's time that they take the regional promos and stamp however many for day 2 and at least give you something for getting there.
So you take the regional promo, and we still get ours that are stamped with the play stamp, or the regional stamp, but then anyone who day 2s gets one that says day 2.
Yeah, you know how like they embroider the staff promos. They do the same thing. They like at ICs they embroider the promo card for, you know, top whatever and so on and so forth. So I think it's time that they make a day 2 promo.
Yeah, maybe they feel like that's with the ace trainer, the 200-point kicker. Maybe they feel like that's the incentive. Like, I don't know. It's a start.
But again, like top 5-12 points after playing 13 to 15 rounds of Pokemon. Sometimes, you know what I mean? Like sometimes 16 rounds, depending on how far you go. If you have to go to ASIM or whatever, just to get like the same amount or whatever. It's. I just don't think it's all it's cracked up to be. I mean, I guess my priorities are in a different place, clearly, but.
No, I hear what you're saying. If you're gonna invest that much time, make it worthwhile.
If you're gonna commit that time and money, and you're not like hitting top cut every tournament or whatever, like you're not like Henry Chow or whatever. Like what's in it for the average Joe? Yeah,
what's in it for my boy Jordan? What's in it for my boy Mikey? My guy George. And these are some of my friends who day 2, people I know I play with locally and see on the regular, and they day 2'd and they finished outside the top 256. And I don't know if they got anything for that. I know 256 got half a box, but outside of that, I don't know what they got. So yeah, what's in it for them? So you're right.
Dude, they don't start paying out packs until like 64 and up, dude.
No. 256 got packs.
Oh really? Since when?
Mm-hmm. They got half a box.
Interesting.
So I had a couple friends, couple locals, Michael Ingles and Marino Lopez. They day 2'd, didn't do too hot, but they finished 256, and they got half a box each. Now outside of 256, I don't know what they get outside of that.
I guess in the scalper environment, half a box doesn't sound bad, but like
scalper environment.
In non-scalper environments, half a box sounds really bad.
Well, Subin, we have to admit we live in a scalper environment now. This is the life we lived for a while. I don't know when it's going to change.
It doesn't seem like it's going to.
I know. Shout out to my guy on Dark Side, Anthony Bruno. He finished 258 playing Charizard. 258, he was right there.
So, looking at the meta breakdown, overall, day 1, Dragapult, and this is me using labs on Limitless with a variant grouping on, just to make it less of a cluster. 21.36% of the day 1 metagame was Dragapult. The next 2 closest decks were Raging Bolt and Gardevoir, both at 13%, with 13.71 for Bolt and 13.47 for Gardevoir. Effectively, 360 Dragapult decks, 231 Bolt decks, and 227 Gardevoir decks. After that, we're looking at Joltik Box, Flareon, Golden Go, Terra Box, and Zoroark bringing up the rear. After that, it's sub 2% for Charizard, Archaludon, Ancient Box, so on and so forth. So for you to hit that Ancient Box, it was less than 2% of the players.
The main problem was Guardy. That was my
Yeah.
fear. And I knew Guardy was gonna be in the room. I knew I was gonna be in the room. So I was like, I'm taking this deck, and if I hit it, I hit it. That's what happened. But I mean, it is what it is. But
And then if we look at day 2, Dragapult was 23.65% with 70 players on it.
and before that, it was 23%.
Pretty strong conversion.
That's a high. Yeah, so that's a high conversion.
Yeah.
Because it's 23% of the room day 1, right?
Day 1, it was 21.36. Day 2, it's 23.65. So that is a very strong conversion.
Yes. Yeah, so most of them went over. That's good.
That's a 19.44% conversion rate. With Raging Bolt having a 16.88 conversion rate and
Solid.
Gardevoir having a 21.59. After that, we see Joltik Box, Flareon, Golden Go, Box, and Zoroark in the same sort of position.
Order, almost, yeah. So I guess those are the top decks for this regional, this format.
Yeah, and I mean, if we look at like the standings, I mean, top 8 was 3 Gardevoir. We've got a Box, 2 Flareons, 1 Dragapult, and a Raging Bolt. And honestly, I would say pretty stacked top 8. Michael Davidson, Henry Chow, Kristen Fontenot, Caleb Rogerson, Paper Lapine, Owen Dalgard. I'm not super familiar with Taylor Whalen or Joseph Musad, but
so again, Joseph Musad is not a local, but he's in California. I've hit him in a few tournaments. I haven't played him, but he's at the top tables with me in a few tournaments, few cups. So he's a good player. He's like this close to Worlds, and maybe this top 8 might get him there, but he was like this close before that top 8. Last regional, what was the last regional? Atlanta or was it Milwaukee? Milwaukee. He was in ASIM, and he got bumped out of ASIM. I forget where he finished, but he got bumped out of ASIM. But this time he was in ASIM again and actually pushed through to a top 8. He hit Henry Chow, which is Henry Chow, but but I think he might locked up Worlds now. But yeah, I know Joseph like semi personally, so I'm happy for him on that aspect.
And like Chow didn't win; they got second place, but like I feel like they're in the finals of like every other event.
What gets me is Chow's done this with like 4 different versions of Gardevoir. It's never been the same Gardevoir deck.
Building the next iteration over and over and over.
Yes. Yeah, and that's the amazing part. That's innovation, and that's good. Chow's a great player. But Michael Davidson, I think they're teammates, right? Mm-hmm. Shout out to FCBC. Yeah, they played.
I saw FCBC's in a store I went to yesterday.
Ooh.
I didn't buy any because they didn't have the color I wanted, but they had them. $10 a pack.
Periwinkles. They got a periwinkle. You got the periwinkle.
They didn't have they didn't have periwinkle, or they didn't have like the lilac-y or whatever they are.
You gotta get these.
They had the blue, the green, red, purple.
You gotta get these periwinkles, man. These are the ones.
Yeah, they look cool.
But no, they have a big tournament going on too. Mm-hmm. Not too far from you. You should go to it.
Mahone will be production it. And speaking of Mahone, I saw Mahone Saturday.
Really?
They came to the shop. Yeah, no, I didn't. No, not for pre-release. They just came to buy. They come to buy vintage cards every once in a while. Mm-hmm. Last year they came in, he and Natalie, and we had I wouldn't say damaged, but I would definitely say like between heavy play and damaged Entei EX, like the old Rockets Entei EX.
Ooh,
and like. Yeah. And they wanted it last year, but like my boss was kind of firm on the price. So they came back thinking, hoping it would still be here because they want it for a deck. And we still had it, unironically, and they offered $100 for it. So my boss said it was okay to take it this time. Okay. We were just, they had the baby, super cute baby. Mm-hmm. Little demon crawling over the place and causing chaos. But no, it was, they held him, but. It was cool to see the two of them and catch up, and we talked about NAIC and whatnot a little bit, and no leaks. I know I have an idea what Mahone's going to play, but I won't.
Mahone will be there. You'll be there just for playing on side events, but yeah, you'll be there.
Yeah,
and I'm guessing we're going to see that Entei.
He said he saw me mention that, and I was like, yeah, and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself, and he's like, you're going to have a lot more fun not playing, I promise.
But no, I'm guessing we're going to see that Entei in one of his videos coming up pretty soon.
I mean, probably Full Grip's been running a bunch of getting ready to run a bunch of old format tournaments. Mm-hmm. They have base Neo coming up next month, and a lot of people. Tempting. There's a local family that's very excited to go play that.
That's tempting.
So, yeah.
Base Neo, that's my jam right there, man. Yeah. I played There's this Kabutops I used to play. For every water energy attached to it, flip a coin. For each head, does 40 damage.
Is it the fossil Kabutops?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But yeah, man. Yeah, Michael Davidson, Henry Chow, FCBC teammates got into the finals. They were playing the same 60, the same exact Gardevoir list. Davidson just drew a little bit better. I've watched most of the finals while I was waiting in the airport, and I can't say like Chow just misplayed or anything like that, or Davidson misplayed. It's just Davidson drew a little bit better.
I saw a lot of tweets talk about the finals, saying it was like as entertaining as watching paint dry or someone snorting glue.
I've seen the paint dry one. I've seen that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just two guys executing the same deck, trying to go for the same thing, and just one drew better one time, the other one, didn't draw better, and then it was good because they're both great players. I could have sworn Chow was going to get his fourth one this season, but hey, it is what it is. There's an interesting deck that got into Ace-In but lost.
Yes,
I'm sure you see it.
Let's talk about yes. I wanted to bring that up, but you got me. The
12th of course, I'm talking about Dragapult. I thought we were talking about Dragapult. No.
Oh. Ray Chen locking up 12th place with Toad Scroll. That's right, chat. You heard it. Toad Scroll, chat. What am I streaming right now? But yeah, we saw this deck, and I mean,
she was on stream. She was on stream with it.
Yeah,
and it's a $50 deck. And it's not Toad Scroll there's a one of Toad Scroll, the one with the slime mold colony, where you can't get things from the discard pile. But that's not the whole objective she's going for. She has the Toad Scroll EX. That's the crazy part. That's like what?
I mean, both the abilities on the Toad Scrolls like lock out certain archetypes, and you've got just the draw power of Ogerpon plus the energy acceleration, so it's super easy to have enough energy plus the energy switches. I remember when Ogerpon first came out, this is like the first thing I sleeved up with Ogerpon. If you remember, I did a tabletop stream with Trazer, and this is one of the decks that I was playing forever ago, like last year, or 2 years ago now, or however long it's been since we had Ogerpon, last year. And
it just was lacking at the time, or just didn't?
It just didn't feel good. But now like it's got Latios and Fez and Mew, and like those weren't really like key pieces, and now I think right meta conditions, like the red slime colony on the little Toad Scroll, preventing cards being added back from the discard pile. Like, okay, Bolt, what do you do? What do you do, Bolt?
I don't know. Okay, Godango.
Take a single prize, throw up your prize mapping. Oops, I evolved into it again. Oh,
Godango, knock me out now. I don't know.
Oh yeah, superior energy retrieval does what? Nothing now. So,
and then the beauty of this, you have bug catching set. Look at the top 7. Show your opponent any grass Pokemon or grass energy. Slap them to you. Or two of any. Yeah.
Yeah, bug catching set is a big consistency piece for this for sure. And that didn't come out until, was that also Twilight Masquerade?
That's Twilight, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's okay. Twilight. So I guess we just overlooked it back then, or maybe we played it. I don't remember specifically. I just remember the deck did not do good and it got dismantled very fast.
Well,
to see it hit 12th place, $10 says someone's going to play it at this week's league challenge. We got a league challenge tomorrow, and it's also like our LGS's Destined Rivals release day since we're closed on Mondays in general. So like, people are going to be coming and playing for some prizing.
Oh, you guys are prizing out Destined Rivals.
I hope so. If there's any left on the shelves, if the scalpers don't come in, but we're printing a big barcode, and putting it on the counter. There will be 2 of them. There's the big scalper tax and the small scalper tax.
Small scalper?
So if it's an ETB, we're putting a $25 scalper tax if you want the plastic wrap. So if you want it sealed, you're paying $75 for an ETB. If you want to open it up, $50 plus tax out the door.
Fair. 100%
and what's
fair.
funny is they'll get taxed on the tax. And then the booster boxes, they're MSRP because we can't not put it at MSRP, unfortunately, at this point in the state of things. But they'll have a $50 scalper tax. So if you want a booster box
with the wrapping sealed?
With the wrapping on it, no, not sliced and diced, you'll be paying a little bit extra too. So hopefully that deters a swarm of people tomorrow morning when I open up. And by morning, I mean 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
No, that's fair. That's completely fair. I can get down. I can get behind that. And even like the tax you put on there, the scalper tax, it's nothing outrageous. It's not like you're selling, selling at market price yourself. So
yeah, it puts it closer to market for those who are trying to flip the product. So hopefully it just deters everybody, and I don't scan those barcodes a single time.
I hope not, man. We got to fix
funny.
this. It's going to take more product to fix this. Pokemon help us.
And I mean, then you have like sources like PokeBeach saying that black and white is going to be short printed.
It's already short printed. Yeah.
We got our allocation numbers, and it's better than ever.
Is it really?
It's better than ever. Yeah, we got a decent amount of both the black set and the white set. So I don't know if it's just because it's two SKUs and they don't care that way and they're treating it as two separate products. But I don't get it. I honestly don't get what's going on too. Cause like the biggest case and argument for how screwed up everything is like, look at the price of a box of Obsidian Flames. And then look at the most expensive two. Look at the most expensive two cards in the set. Charizard's $60. Clef is $15. A sealed box of Obsidian is almost $300.
I've seen that.
Why? Why is this the thing?
At least if I buy Journey Together for $200, $210, I could hit a Clefairy that's worth $200. Worth $190. So, and then plus the other value in there, so it can end up being breaking even on the box. You're not gonna break even with Obsidian Flames.
No.
I remember when some local leagues here were selling Obsidian Flame boxes for like $80. Mm-hmm. And
couldn't
even
get rid of it.
Yeah, and even at $80, I was just like, should I get that? Nah, I'm not gonna get it. I wish I got it then, but yeah, now they're going for like $250, $300, like you said. So
yeah.
Pokemon has to fix this. We need more allocations. Hopefully, since your store got a nice amount of the black and white set, hopefully other stores get the same.
That's what I'm hoping, and maybe it deters some of this like chaos. But honestly, like what do we even do as a community to make it stop? Like we just everyone has to either just stop buying product, or stop agreeing to pay these secondary market prices.
And that's the problem. People they want the product. They're not going to stop buying product. They want it, and it's the secondary market. If I can sell something to you, if I can sell something to someone for $130, the ETB for $130, people are going to buy it. Why would I not sell it to that price?
Like everybody's making it coming and going. The distributors are making it coming and going. They're making a profit because they're holding product and selling it closer to market after the fact. Mm-hmm. You've got the resellers in the stores making a profit if they're selling closer to market value or at market value. You've got, and I mean like profit margins on Pokemon products were never good before. When we were selling boxes for 90, 100, 110, 120 even, the margins still weren't good. And it's ridiculous. It honestly is. And then like TCG Player and eBay are racking in the fees from every transaction. And then you got TCG Player union busting. This whole climate of trading cards and like it's just getting old.
We're in a scalper's world, man. We're in a scalper's market right now, and it sucks. I think we're gonna be here for a while. Until there's like an excess of just product that like everyone that's just easily accessible to everyone. We're gonna be here. This is what's gonna be, and it sucks. But
the FOMO will never go away.
Oh no, not at all.
And that's just always gonna build into it because then people are like, oh crap, I gotta go out. I gotta go sit in front of my GameStop for 14 hours.
Have you seen the ghost chairs?
Yeah. You see the video that somebody posted those chairs for free on their Facebook marketplace.
And people came down and got them. Yep.
Yeah. I was dying at that. That was so good. That was so funny.
So I was like, hey, are these your chairs? No, just, they were there, so I said they're for free. Oh, okay. And the guy just took them anyway. I just like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, we'll see what happens. LGSs will be selling Destin Rivals all week. And
yeah. I need to go pick up a couple. I had a couple pre-orders on some ETBs. Shout out to Dark Side. I'm getting some product from them as well. Shout out to Dark Side. Might have something coming up in the works with that. But yeah, I'm definitely excited for some Destin Rivals deck building. It's going to be live on PTCGL. Thursday?
Mm-hmm. So as you call it, Bloody Thursday.
It's still Bloody Thursday. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because that's the day when everyone streams and there's like everyone's there and just everyone. No, thank you. No, sir.
Maybe that's the day you actually should get back on the horse, since we're so irrelevant and no one watches or listens to this podcast. Maybe you should go live. I'm gonna force myself to go live one time to play the Tyranitar Ampharos deck and make a deck profile on it, because I built it. I have it in my Ampharos box with the Ampharos sleeves, but I have not been able to play a game yet.
We get it. You like Mareep and Sheep and Ampharos. We get it, buddy.
I do. I like Tyranitar too, though. Like, I would say top 5 Pokemon. Tyranitar is one of mine.
Tyranitar's pretty solid. He's a solid Pokemon. But no, I want to get back into streaming, and I think it'd be good for the pod too, and good for myself, good for my mental health, and just everything. I talked to Josh Hatter, who beat me very badly at a few games we played on the side.
I made sure to retweet it.
Yeah, it's pretty bad
on both accounts.
He's playing a pretty hot deck. His deck got a lot of bookmarks. His deck list, and even a version of it day 2'd. I'll show you the list a little bit later. But no, I was talking to Josh Hatter, and I said, hey, this summer I want to come down to the shop. I want to stream for you guys. I want to stream in the shop. And he was like, sure. So I'll be streaming this summer. You'll see me. I'm coming back. I'll be back.
Well, hopefully it's with better camera quality than what you have right now.
This is not my fault. This is the new thing that we're using. And it's just the background. And if I turn this way, and sometimes I fade out of existence. That's all.
I just blame you for using a green screen and not trying to be professional. So chat, watch Gazer streams. When he comes back, make sure he gets some ad revenue so he can put it towards a background, an actual bookshelf or a couch or some plushies or something.
And a couch.
Yeah. Just get a couch covered in plushies. Get a beanbag chair, bro, for all I care, and cover it in plushies.
I'll start working on that. Maybe you're right. But no, before we move on, man, just a couple other decks I want to touch on. I told you Josh Hatter got me with a very interesting deck that's been bookmarked 80 times already.
Mm-hmm.
A similar deck got day 2. It finished near the bottom, 295, one from the last. It's a McMortar deck with Badoo. Do you have any idea what McMortar does? Exactly.
I'm going to read it. The ability is Magma Surge. During Pokemon Checkup, 3 more damage counters on your opponent's burned Pokemon. And then you have the attack Searing Flame. For 2 fire and a colorless, it does 90 damage. Flip coin if heads. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. It's got 130 HP, and its retreat cost is 2. But they're just using the Volcanion, right?
Yep.
And then there's some reversal energy, some jets.
So if McMortar needs to attack, it can. But the main thing is they just go Volcanion, burn you, Badoo, item lock you. Yeah, and then you take 80 damage from burn. And if you get knocked out from burn, you can't flip the script.
Yeah, and I see some Defiance bans and all that nonsense. So it's just preventing flippity dippity, as all the kids call it all the time now.
Flippity skippity?
I'm so sick of hearing that from
Pheasant skippity.
I'm so sick of hearing it from a bunch of grown ass men. No bitches, get some.
Oh, they ain't got none.
Come on.
They say flippity. They say pheasant skippity. They ain't got none.
With their broccoli haircuts, yeah. Looking like Mars Attacks out here.
Looking like Badoo.
Looking like Badoo. Could you imagine getting the Badoo haircut and rolling up the regionals? Gazer, grow your hair out. You just twist it up and dye it green.
Put red and blue on the tips. Oh my gosh. But no, that's an interesting deck. Josh's deck was a little different. He was playing the Metagame EX that puts your opponent down to 50 HP. So you put them down to 50 HP and then you burn them and then they die from burn instead. So it take out something big like that. He had that. He had a couple crisping going on. So his was a little bit different, but it's basically the same concept. But interesting. I think this is Volcanion EX's. Or I know for a fact it's McMortar's first day too. It has a limitless page.
Yeah.
It has a limitless page now. Look at him.
But yeah, before you.
Shut up.
I mean, before me too, but I don't care.
Another interesting deck, like I said, my boy Jordan was playing Slow King.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty standard. I'm looking at this. Pretty standard Slow King list. There's Clefairy EX in there. I don't see anything out the ordinary. It's just Slow King. And if it sets up, it sets up, and you're in trouble. And if it doesn't set up, then they're in trouble. So yeah.
Yeah, but none of it's Destined Rivals format. Or
Here we go. Just super. There's still fun decks in this format, man. There's still fun decks.
Can't have fun with Badoo and Dragapult and Gardevoir running around.
Well, I mean, someone day 2 with Blissey. They got top 256 with Blissey. That's fun.
I mean, Blissey's effectively just walls, just better.
Excuse me?
It's like better walls that can attack.
Huh? Blissey doesn't stop. What?
I've seen a lot of Blissey lists paired up with like Farigiraf and Ogerpon and stuff. Yeah,
but it's not the same.
It's not the same, but it's close enough. Gives you an alternative in those matchups where you lose.
Have you heard of walls with Joltik? There's Joltik walls now.
Yeah, to accelerate the energy and. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we're at a point where like ingenuity is just like out the window. And if you get lucky like Burn and Spite Ops and stuff or whatever, then congratulations.
I feel like
you're
that's
a real winner in my eyes.
There's some ingenuity there. Like you're trying to build decks with Joltik. I feel like that's something.
I'm just trying to play Ampharos and Tyranitar.
I want some Typhlosion. I ain't gonna lie to you. I want
Typhlosion. I did sleeve that up. I haven't gone too crazy, but last week we had one show and we talked about getting ready to do pre-releases, and then I went and played in one of Trazer's pre-releases, and my kit was the Tyranitar and the Sandstream.
Mm-hmm.
They should have just called it Sandstorm so people could like do the whole Darude Sandstorm. Yeah. But to put 2 damage counters on every basic and Pokemon checkup. And that Pupitar that like explodes into it for 30 damage, then you can get that there. You can start chip damage
explosive
away.
Evolution.
Yeah. So then I've also got the Ampharos in here. They attach energy, or they evolve. It puts 4 damage counters on them. So this deck's playing 4 TM Devolution.
Buddy.
Some rocket energies, some reversal energies, and even Crisis Punch. So I'm rocking 5 TMs in this list. With neutralization zone and just like shutting them down and spreading damage counters, and I'm playing all the Team Rocket supporters, and like I've got the Mimikyu in here, and I've got the Sneasel to clean up.
Oh, the Sneasel's cool because for every damage counter does 2 more damage, right?
Yeah, yep. Yeah, 20 to one of their bench for each damage counter on it.
Yeah, Sneasel's cool. That's fine.
So this should be a fun, annoying deck.
The TM Devo's kind of evil, man.
Yeah.
TM Devo's kind of evil.
Because they, if I get the Ampharos out, they evolve. Blah blah blah. All right, cool. There's 40 on there. If I get Tyranitar out quicker, then they can evolve. There's at least 20 on there. We get the Tyranitar in the active and devolve them. There's 20 there, so that's at least 80. That knocks out most basics. And you're doing it between turns, so they can't fez.
Nobody wants me to flip the script anymore, man. Just let me flip.
No.
No.
I think ultimately, like, Pokemon needs to start banning cards.
No, we're not at that
point.
To
fix like weird formats.
We're not at that point. I don't think we're at that point yet. What's something that you think is bannable?
Badoo is healthy but unhealthy at the same time.
I'll give you that. It's healthy and unhealthy. It doesn't be banned.
How many times have you Iono'd your opponent to like 1 or 2, and then it's like, all right, cool, I've got Fez, Mew. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. I'll restart. Okay, cool. I'll flip the script. Oh, cool. I drew boss to research. Good game.
No, you're exactly right. It's healthy yet unhealthy because I think that the drawback is they're saying like, hey, these support Pokemon are fragile. They're 180 HP. They're 210 HP. Easy knockouts. That's the drawback. Badoo is 30 HP. Something could just breathe on it and it falls over and it dies. I think that's supposed to be the pros and cons with it. But I'll give you that. It's healthy yet unhealthy. It makes us build differently. And I love cards that make you have to build differently. But it can be it can prevent comebacks at times. But it can also spark comebacks. So there's pros and cons both. I don't think anything right now is really unhealthy except for Dusknoir. I think Dusknoir
I feel like that's kind of been falling off a little bit other than like the Dragapult decks.
Well, I mean, yes, that's true. And then Charizard's coming back for NAIC from what I hear. He's like returning, like he's like on the way back.
So the difference between Charizard coming back in the rest of the world versus Japan is that they have the Psyduck in Japan.
Yeah.
And we don't. and we're
We
not
don't.
getting it.
We're not
It's
gonna
not
have
in
time
Destin
for it, yeah.
Rivals. It doesn't exist. It's not real. They didn't print it as a promo card as a
There's no
blister
Easter
pack or
Bunny.
nothing.
There's no Queen of England. There's no Psyduck.
Well, there was a Queen of England, but she died. So way to rub salt in their wounds.
Sorry, Mike.
But you know it, and that really does shake up like the metagame for NAIC ultimately too, because it's just like if we look at like Pokébook or like Windex or whatever, and like look at the top two decks in with Japanese tournament data are Raging Bolt and Charizard.
Yeah.
And then below that, we've got Grimmsnarl, Dragapult, Gardevoir, and then like Melodica's popping back up again a little bit.
That makes me happy, but yeah.
And then, you know, tier 3, you've got your Golden Goes, your Joltix, your Typhlosions, your Flareons, your Zoroarks, and like without a lot of things. And if like if people play Charizard again in NAIC, like I feel like it might be like Zoroark's time to shine.
Just to snipe that 90-90 to the bench. That 90-90. But I mean, now they'll be playing Shaman, so
Maybe.
I don't know.
Or you catch them off guard and they don't put Shaman in.
That's true too. That's true.
I feel like everything should attempt to shove Shaman in. Like I even want to put it in my Flareon deck.
to protect your little Eevees.
Yeah, protect my 50 HP weenie.
I said Eevee, not weenie.
Oh, we
You heard the wrong thing. Anyway,
sorry,
but no,
Eevee.
but no, I think Charizard, like I said it before, I say it almost every week, Charizard will never be a bad card. That ability is too broken, that attack is too good. It might not be the best deck in the format at times, but it'll never be a bad card in my opinion. The fact that you can still partner with Dusknoir and the fact that we don't have that Psyduck, like you said, I think Charizard can make some noise at NAIC. They will probably use the Shaman, even though bench, snipe might not be relevant. Outside of outside of Terra Box, Zoroark, what else is hitting the bench? No one's playing Greninja EX. You know what I mean? Kentucky Fried Frogs. No one's playing that. Sorry, Steuben. Sorry to break it to you.
That's okay. I like it. It's fun. And
But no.
now there's a 70 HP Torchic. It's even better.
There is. It's coming. It is. It's coming out. But no, I think Charizard plays it's going to play Shaman, protect itself just in case, and it can make some noise. But that's because Dusknoir is I feel like Dusknoir is a problem, and I think Pokemon realized that. That's why they gave it to Psyduck, even though they didn't give us the Psyduck, they give it to everyone else. But I feel like Dusknoir is like the only card that's I'm like, this needs to be rectified like quickly. Not a ban maybe, but the Psyduck is fine. But we need to get it. We need it before Worlds, and we're not going to get it in time. So that part's going to stink. But yeah, Badu, Fez, Mew, they have pros and cons. They have drawbacks. They can help you they can help you mount a comeback, but your opponent can also mount a comeback. I like cards that can be both sided. I feel like Dusknoir is just the advantage is too big for Dusknoir. You take one prize, I hit into you. Now I take two prizes. I don't.
I know you're talking about the big dark Charizard, but I think the new big dark thing is Grimmsnarl. And
I thought you were talking about something else that was big and dark.
Oh, your ego?
Yes. But no, Grimmsnarl. Have you seen that deck in action?
Yes. Yeah, and it seems pretty good.
It does.
I think
at first I didn't believe in it, but now looking at it, yeah.
And the whole situation with this deck and how it's been like released-ish is so wild. Like those decks, they were supposed to come out on the 16th. And they didn't. They got delayed everywhere, even though websites all still said the 16th. And then it got put into live. And people have been playing it in all the Limitless Mickeys. And it's getting good results. There's a lot of content creators making videos about it, popping up in different variants, like the Frostlass version of it. So...
Yeah, at first, I didn't see all the hype with it. I'm like, you're swinging 180, you're punching 30. I said, it's not that great. It has a bad weakness to Ogerpon. I said, I don't see it. And then I seen the fact that it accelerates to itself. And anytime you can break a fundamental rule of the game, you're a pretty decent card. You accelerate to yourself. And that gives you a chance to use your attachment per turn on a Monkey Dory, which lets you move damage off. And, then you're picking up those knockouts that you're missing earlier. 180 is not a lot, but if I can move 60 damage in a turn, now I'm swinging, for 240. I'm taking out, an Iron Hands or a Raging Bolt. and I'm also sniping 30 somewhere else, and it all adds up after a while. Plus, with the Frostlass, everything's taking a tick. So I get the hype of it now, and I watched a few games, and I was like, I understand it now. At first, I was like, there's no way this is great, but it's pretty solid.
Yeah, I think it's going to definitely have good representation if people can get their hands on them effectively.
Well, those cards are going to be out in Destined Rivals anyway, right?
Yes, they're in the set, and they're also in those decks. Mm-hmm. So as long as they exist in both capacities, hopefully, I guess not scalped, but I mean the art rare in there might make it so. So we'll see what happens with that.
Because those decks only have the art rares for the the Morpeko and the
the Beldum.
The Beldum, yeah.
So that's the only place to get those. So people will definitely want those. So it's really hard to say, but I think it'll perform. I think the people will go out of their way to get those cards if they want to play that. I know in a few of the Discords I'm in, there's been some chatter about it. People have been testing it and talking about it and like anxiously going and planning and like heisting at GameStops Friday for them.
Jeez.
Or wherever else they might find them. So I say heisting, but like, you know what I mean? Like putting their camper chair outside for a starter deck. It just sounds ridiculous, right? Like
I gotta get that starter deck.
And even like some stores are selling like the world's decks that no one's buying for like $30+. Like, come on. So I think just like the fear of scalp happened. And now everyone's like, oh God, how do I get my Marnie's Grimmsnarls?
I gotta have them. I need them. I gotta get them. They'll be out in a week, dog. Just wait. They'll be out in a week. They're coming.
Just be patient. Don't fall to the victims of pre-order prices and scalper prices.
You say it every time. You say it every time.
I know.
But yeah, I know you're excited for Destined Rivals, and I know NIC is you're gonna have at least 3 or 4 decks on you for NAIC.
So far I have the Flareon deck, brewing an updated Blaziken with the new Torchic and the new Blaziken.
You and those frogs.
I don't know if I'm gonna keep playing Greninja in it though. I might just because like the little Blaziken does the same thing as Greninja.
What's 120 to the active, 120 to the bench? It's a little different.
It's a little bit. It's
a little different.
Oh, excuse me, Gazer. It's fine. Whatever. And then the Tyranitar Ampharos deck, and then I'll have an expanded Regidrago for that side event.
If you're taking expanded, good.
I'll
after I bomb, I'll meet you to expand it.
I'll probably build a second expanded deck that way. Whoever else wants to play can too.
I'll probably bring
someone I trust. I'm not going to hand them a couple $100 deck and be like,
and
here
say,
you go. I don't know who you are, but
I'll be right back. Let me use the restroom. Hold on, thanks. And they're gone. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll definitely I'll be trying to record some games. I'll bring a tripod, and when I get paid this week, I'm going to order some wireless mics.
I keep my tripod with me at all times, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, I have a big meaty tripod, but I want to buy one of those. Like I have, because I have professional DSLR cameras and stuff, so I have like a tripod that can support that weight. But I want to get one of those like small, compact ones that like pop open when they drop. I'm sure you've seen those floating around.
Yeah.
So that can just hold my phone for what I'm going to record. I'm not going to bring a $500 to $1,000 camera to NAIC.
And you're gonna get wireless mics. I told you I got wireless mics right here. Where?
Yeah, I need my own though in case I'm doing stuff on my own. So.
Oh, well, for you then. Okay, that's fine. Okay.
All right. We'll be in the same room, so if you really want to, we can.
Huh?
That's what you said.
Let's wrap this up.
But no, that's it from us. I know shorter episode than usual, but not too much to talk about this week as we get ready for NAIC in a few weeks here, and plus Gazer's performance at Portland was to be expected.
Buddy, I went 3-4-1 technically.
I told you should have played Flareon, dog.
I won a cup the night before with Walls, though. I won a cup the night before.
Cue the Seinfeld music. Bro. Oh my God. But seriously, though, if you made it this far in the episode, wherever you're watching or listening, hook us up. Thank you for being here. Shout out to the real homies who actually make it this far and engage with the stuff. Yeah, we summoned the clam burglar. But No, real talk. We're going to be real and we're going to be transparent. Like, this is not performing anywhere near as it was in the past.
Remember the good old days?
While we're still having fun doing this, we are a little bit disappointed. So if there's something we're doing wrong or you have feedback for us, hit me up on socials, hit up the Gustowin account, drop it in the comments, drop it on the Spotify comments, whatever. Let us know what we can do to make it better, more entertaining, more thoughtful, more provocative. Maybe, Gazer can lift the shirt up a little bit. And anyways, we do appreciate those who take the time to listen and share and repost everywhere and like and everything. So you guys are the best. So bless you. Thank you for your honor. Anything you want to say?
No, just thank you guys for listening. We'll continue to make this the best product we can make it for you guys. Yeah, Portland was a blast. It was a good time as usual. And actually, it's going to be better, though. I already know that. I'm going to have a real deck locked in. You're going to be there. It's going to be a good time, man.
Yeah, we're 17 days away from day 0. So we'll try and get at least 1.5-ish more episodes in before then. Maybe we'll grab some guests that are going to go and attempt to perform so we can give you Meta Sweat some analysis. So we'll see. But regardless, if we don't see you, then whatever. Have fun. Thanks for being here.
And as always, if you guys see us anywhere, say what's up. Don't be afraid.
Bye, everybody.
See you guys.